as well right now. And so for anybody else who is watching and you have a question or you'd like to have a short little mini read, I can do a few different reads that we do live. The first one is going to be messages from your person for $10. I can do mini reads for $10 today. I can do um, messages from your person, what's blocking you in love. Any of those are available. I'm doing a sale. It's only till the end of the month. I very rarely go on sale. There will not be another sale this year. And also, if you're looking to get a really interesting gift for uh, anyone that you know, there's nothing better than to get a reading because that's something that they will remember forever. And if somebody's dealing with some issues where they're stuck in life, personal light language too, it's usually both of those, the full reading and the personal light language are generally $55. You got a few more days left. Today's the 26th, so only got 4 more days to take advantage of it. So if you would like to, you can. You can schedule it for a later date. It doesn't have to be before the end of the month. It's just you have to purchase it, and I give you a little certificate that says that you can, redeem it at whenever. So with that, let's see what our nature spirits have to tell us for today. Spirit, tell us what nature spirits want to tell the collective for today, and welcome to those who are just joining from my YouTube channel. It's another pop-up. I'm going to keep on doing these pop-ups, so the more you have notifications turned on, the more you're subscribed, the better chance you get in a free reading and or a little light language activation. I can do some mini light language activations for $10 today too as well. So some specials come in. So the nature spirits want to tell us a few things. The first one is higher ground, right? And if we take a look at this, it's a beautiful, beautiful picture. And you could see it's the higher self creating this wonderful flower. And it's doing it through guidance, right? This is all divine guidance that's creating this beauty that's down here on the ground. But you have to tune into yourself to receive that guidance. Perfect setting, right? Look at the beauty of that. Again, this is painting that perfect setting. And Spirit's looking at you and saying, hey, you've got to admire the beauty that is around you in this now moment and a bountiful harvest, right? For those of you who have been waiting for that harvest to come in, that harvest is coming in, right? You're getting that inspiration, you're getting the picture, and then the harvest is going to come in. That means that the things that you've been visualizing, the things that you have been trying to manifest are on their way over to you as we speak. And so let me know if that's resonating with you. I get a few more cards for the collective. See which cards I want to do. In the meantime, while I select the deck, perhaps if you have a question, please put it into the comments. I'm going to be doing, a few questions for people. It's one free question per person. And I think today we're going to get some love notes from the universe too, just a little bit of inspiration. I've been getting a lot of people who have had a lot of heaviness in their uh, environment, in their energies. And let's see what the universe wants to tell us to kind of lighten things up a little bit. So with that, let's see what's the inspiration that we have from the universe. Spirit, what notes do you want to give us? So we've got 2 cards from Spirit on this. And Spirit's inspiration is love is never in vain. It says, when you finally see what this whole time space thing is about, you're going to laugh, you're going to cry, and you're going to be so, so, so happy you loved as much as you did. Dotingly, the universe. And the next message is that there's no one in your life who hasn't always loved you. They're all just learning how to show it. Big sillies, the universe. You needn't worry. So those of you who have had a lot of worry, there's a lot of love coming in. You just have to kind of open your eyes a little bit and see where that love is coming in. So let's see what other messages want to come out for us. We'll go to the traditional tarot. And again, please like, follow, share, and subscribe to my channel. Looks like two cards fell straight to the ground as I got them out of the deck, and that usually means Spirit wants some attention to these two cards. So we're going to hold those aside for a second, and I'm going to pull a couple other cards as well. So let's see what else we have coming out for the collective. And hello, Leonore. It's good to see you. So let's see what else we have in the collective. What other messages want to come out? And no, Spirit, I am not taking that many. You know I don't. So we're going to put them right back in the deck, and let's pull out a few more messages. All right, there we go. So let's see what we have coming out for us. So the first thing we have is, a lot of you have been in that lack mindset, that financial loss, that kind of like that Tiny Tim, in the Scrooge story. Things haven't really been going your way, right? And why is that? Because you've been in your shadow self, a lot of attachments, addictions, restrictions, temptation, seduction, right? The devil energy. But this is also a Capricorn card, right? So that Capricorn energy, Capricorn was stuck in Pluto, or should I say Pluto was stuck in Capricorn for a long while. So a lot of us got stuck into that karmic energy that was coming through here. And a lot of disappointment. We're walking away from a lot of things that no longer served us, and a lot of bad luck also, right? So a lot of just things just weren't happening the way that we wanted them to. But Spirit is saying, fret not, because all that hard work, all those seeds that you sowed through trying to run through all this dense energy, all this karma, all these attachments that you had to walk away from, all the bad luck that you endured, that hard work is gonna pay some rewards, and the rewards are coming in, but it may take a little while for those rewards to pop themselves in at this moment. So let me know if any of this is resonating. I know a lot of us have been coming out of this really tough cycle. It looks like the cycle is finally starting to end. Let's see if Spirit wants to give us anything else on the bottom of the deck here. And Spirit's given us, the Queen of Pentacles. And so this is, abundance. This is a practicality. This is a queen that knows she's holding that coin in her hand, and she kind of knows that, hey, I worked really hard, but I got it. I got it. And the abundance is starting to come in. When we get the queens, we start to get to that point where we are reaping some of the benefits of all the things that we sowed in. So Spirit's saying, don't fret. Yeah, it was a little rough right now, but think of what you learned. Think of how you grew in all that adversity. And so with that, let's see if we have any questions from anybody that we can answer. And if not, I'm going to pull a few more advice cards, and then we'll move on to kind of a little bit of love. So thank you for everybody who is joining. I know I just popped up without any announcements whatsoever. I like to do that because, I just generally pop in when people are meant to pop in and do stuff. And it looks like the house inherited from your grandparents will be sold soon, and for what price, if I may? Thank you very much. So I can't give you a price, right? Spirit's not going to give me that information, Lenore. That's not the stuff that I do. I'm more of a healer than I am divination in that space. But what I can do is I can get some ideas of, whether that is going to be sold, and then I can get an idea of the abundance around it. So let's see, will Lenore's house be sold from her grandparents? Spirit, can you give us an answer on that? And we'll look at it, some abundance. All right, so Spirits gave me two answers. Yes, it's going to be sold, and that offer is going to come in at night. They're not going to tell us when, but I'll see if I can get maybe a when answer. Let's see which ones we want to do for timing. But just remember, timing is always fluid. So, although I may pull timing, it may change depending upon how others, because there's a lot of people involved, it may change as well. So Spirit, oh, it is not, they're slapping my cards around today. They wanted to shuffle. Oh, they got it. And sometimes Spirit will do that where they'll slap the cards around a little bit, and the reason they slap those cards around is because they really want a good shuffle. So Spirit is saying next couple of monthly more. So yes, it is going to get sold. The time frame's in a couple months, so it will happen. Don't fret on it, and let's see if we can actually get how that abundance is going to come through. Find my money deck here. Way too many decks. Let's move a couple on my plate here. Let's get our money deck out. Excuse me. So Swapna, the full reading is going to be about 30 to 40 minutes. It's done through Zoom. You can purchase it and then schedule it at a later time. I generally do them on Thursdays and Sundays. However, some evenings I am available for it. Like tonight after this, I probably could do a full reading. But you can purchase now and then just schedule it at a later date. That's okay. Or you can purchase it as a gift. So Spirit, what is the money going to be for Limor? You give me an idea on the abundance. And Spirit saying, uh, make sure you're not having limiting beliefs about what's going on with this, and as far as the sale, and also how much you're going to make on it. Because if you limit yourself, so will be the profit. And also, it's telling you to do some odd jobs, right? And I don't believe it's around you doing odd jobs, but maybe there's some stuff that needs to be done in the house that could maybe make you a little bit more profit. And Spirit's saying to consider that. So I hope that helps you, Lenore. Let me know. And Swap, now also, if you're looking for, just a short mini reading, I can do a mini reading for $10. That can be done here, and that's usually going to take about 5 minutes or so. We can do that on now, like I say, and that's a $10 read for the special. Usually it's 25, but I'll put a Black Friday special on all of my readings at this point. So if anybody does want to read, you're tempted, you want to try it, or even just a little bit of light language, I'll do a short light language too, what I call a mini light language, to help you with one specific intention or event, or just get what your guides want you to get, and that would run $10 on my lives. So with that, just let me know which, if any, you're interested in, and we'll go from there. Yes, I did get your donation the other day, and I thank you for that. I very much appreciated it. And then Tracy's saying, what do I need to focus on this time, Tracy? Let's find out. I'm going to ask the general tarot on that one, and I might pull you a higher self card as well. So hang on while I get those decks. So let's get my general tarot. And for anybody else who are joining through TikTok or through YouTube, I'm doing a simulcast. So if I seem to be flipping around a lot, that's because I'm looking at two separate screens and I'm squinting a little bit. So for Tracy Smith, let's see what is it, Spirit, that Tracy Smith needs to know in this now moment. And for all the rest of you, if you do have a question, please drop it into the comments. I very much appreciate it. I just ask that if you do get a card, please like, follow, share, and subscribe to my channel. And, donations are absolutely wonderfully appreciated, but not required, as much as I would prefer you to subscribe to the channel. All right. So it seems like what you're getting here is uh, you're getting some success coming in, but it's not going to last very long. Tracy, that's what they're saying. You need a little bit more work. Whatever's coming in is coming in and coming out, and they're telling you to go into that magician energy, right? Which is manifest what it is that you are, um, to manifest what it is that you really want to do. But you're going to get a choice on two paths with that. So whatever you're thinking about, really look at, is this a temporary gain, or and some long-term pain, or is it something that's going to really bear fruit in the future? And that's kind of what I'm getting from this combo of cards. You could get something really good, and then it may just not last. Sometimes this is called the wedding card, this one here, and it usually means that uh, and this one came out reversed for me. So, just so, I just put it this way so you can kind of see the card a little bit. And so that usually means that something's temporary coming through. It's going to be abundant, but then it's not. So, choose wisely on your choices. Think it through a lot because you do have the power to manifest what you want. And I hope that resonates with you, Tracy. Gonna make the screen a little bit bigger so I can actually see. And hopefully today I've solved some of my problems I've had with YouTube on the sound. Just turned out to be the studio that I used was not very conducive to uh, a lot of that sound. So it seems like I fixed it. So with that, let's see who else has anything that they'd like to ask, or if anybody would like a mini reading. Also, if you would like a reading or even experience light language, I do have some amazing specials. They're only on till the end of the week. You just need to purchase it by the end of this week, by the 30th. You can redeem it at a later date because I know, a lot of people are really busy. It's the holiday season, and it makes a great gift too. So if you want to do a gift. So Manvi Sharma would like to know, will you get a fulfilling job soon? So let's go ask the universe that, and then maybe we'll look at what potential is for that job. So universe, pop one straight out. The universe is saying to you, Manvi, yes, most likely you're going to, and that's a super positive one. And let's see, can you give us some more information about the abundance that's coming in for Manvi? I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. All right, so too many cards, Spirit. I'm going to take these three. Spirit saying slow and steady is going to win this race. So just keep doing what you're doing. Uh, you're going to get activated to that abundance, and it's going to be a shift, right? It's a shift from where you're at right now. It's going to be a big shift. So it's going to take a little time for that shift to happen. So just be in that space of abundance, knowing that it's coming. Don't push it away by being worried about when or where or how. Let the universe do its thing. But it's coming as long as you believe it. So I hope that helps you, Manvi. I hope that resonates as well. Just remember, slow and steady does win the race. Remember the tortoise and the hare. The tortoise won. Why? Because the hare got a little too ahead of himself and too confident. And he went for a nap and lost the race in the end. Thank you. Appreciate it. Please just follow, like, share, and subscribe to my channel. For those of you who haven't seen my readings channel, if those are especially those on YouTube, if you wouldn't mind jumping over to the Silver Fox Spiritual Readings channel. I'm trying to gain a lot more viewership in that so I can go live in that. I use my main spiritual healing channel. this one here because it just I have a heck of a lot more viewers. It's a brand I've built up over the few years, and trying to build up a brand for the card reading. I didn't want the two to merge that much because it takes away from the light language healing that everybody looks for. To be flooded by card reads every day, it's too much for people to navigate. So I kind of split them apart. So with that, let's take a look at what energies are coming on in love today. Hey, Leanne, it's good to see you. Would you like a card too? Just put it into the comments. And for those of you who, you know, are just joining, I am having a Black Friday special. It's $35 for a full reading. We do that via Zoom. That's normally $55, and that is about half hour. That gets to be scheduled later. I can do some mini reads for $10 today, mini light language for $10. And also, if you're looking for a full personal light language, and that's about 7 to 15 minutes worth of light language healing, that normally runs $55, and that is now only $35 till the end of the month. So uh, who is your soulmate? Well, I don't know who your soulmate, only you know who that is. And quite frankly, Leanne, there's multiples of those soulmates, and I'll answer that in a few minutes. But let's see if there's a soulmate that is coming in, right? And why do I say there's multiple soulmates? And uh, this may offend a bunch of twin flames, and I'm a big twin flame reader. The thing is, it's all about frequency. It's about uh, how much you choose to heal, and also about how much you choose to allow or limit yourself with. And many people are attached to what I would call a karmic twin, a catalyst twin, right? And that's because they're resonating at that frequency, the lower frequency. So they're going to bring in somebody that's going to trigger the shit out of them all over the place, right? But as you start healing and as you start peeling the layers, others are capable of coming in. And yes, you do have soulmates. They're really just spirit friends that you haven't seen in a long time, and that are ready to join the foray because you have contracts. These are all done through contracts that when you reach to a certain level, each one of these can manifest in your life as they reach that same level. So there's a lot of free will involved on how that manifests. But Leanne, do you have a soulmate? Let's see what Leanne is coming in here. So there's a rendezvous coming up for you, Leanne. And let me see if I can. And I caution you on limiting spirit on anything with timing or whatever. You just have to kind of let that flow come in, because every time we set expectations, it comes up with a disappointment. And Leanne, it seems like it's a workplace romance. Um, so I don't know if there's anybody that's got your eye on you or you got your eye on them. And workplace can be very broad, but there is a potential of marriage inside of that workplace romance. Now, I can give you a probability of timing, but timing is fluid. It's only going to uh, manifest itself when you stop limiting the universe. And hello, Ace. And this is where everybody falls on this one, because we set a lot of expectation. It has to be this person, and it has to be that person. And Tracy, I'll answer that in a few seconds as well. Um, so Tracy from TikTok, because I've got a few Tracys on right now. But Leanne, let's see what the timing is, potential timing, I'm going to say, because it's always a possibility, and it all depends on decisions, and every decision you make begets another decision, which begets another decision. And for each of you to come to those decisions, it sometimes takes time. So Spirit's having some fun with you, right? And Spirit's saying, keep healing or not in this lifetime. However, next month and next year looks promising. So as you stop limiting the universe, and kind of goofing on you a little bit here, and Spirit loves to goof on people, right? And this is not only just for you, Leanne, because there's a lot of people watching it, and so there's always a message for somebody. So this not in this lifetime is like, concentrate on you, and as you concentrate on you, next month has great potential, and so does next year. Both of them look really promising for you. The the whole point of it is, right, and this is, I think, really Spirit's having some fun because I love the lecture on this a lot. We always put rules around what we want, how we want it to be delivered, and what ultimately happens is we wind up pushing it away because what we do is we limit it, we limit what the potential of what could happen from happening. And when we do limit that potential, uh, things kind of go awry or we push them away because we're now creating some sort of a blockage, which we really didn't mean to create, but it got created because we limited it by going into some sort of a lack, like, well, it didn't come in this time that this person said, right? Timing is a probability, it's not a definite, and it can happen in many different timelines. It's just a matter of what frequency you're attaching to that timeline. So, but let's look at the positive side. It says, yeah, you got some potential for some romance coming in, and thank you, Leanne. That romance has the potential there. Just believe in it, right? 99% of everything is in belief, and by believing it's going to happen, knowing it's going to happen, and not doubting it's going to happen, and you're going to bring it in that much sooner because Spirit gave you three possible timelines. It's up to you to believe that it's possible, and let the timelines go to Spirit to figure the rest out. So I hope that helps, Leanne. I think it's actually a really good read. It's You've got some really um, yeah. Don't just know it's impossible. Believe it inside your heart. You have to manifest it from our heart outwards. All right. So who is next on here? And I believe it was Tracy. Um, and will Dave and I continue forward and buy a house by May? So let's see what the universe wants to say on that one too. Good. Keep believing it, Leanne, because it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. I already see it happening. You just need to see it happening too in your heart. And so, and you're going to have a wonderful time with that relationship. Um, so will Tracy get that house? Uh, will they continue forward doing that? And again, this is where limiting beliefs will, it will happen, right? And let's see what the universe says. Will that house happen? So the universe is saying it's not the right time. It doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. So let's look at a timing of when is the potential for that right time. Right? And so there may be some things that are, holding that back from happening. And we're just going to ask a couple questions here. Can you, Spirit, are you willing to divulge when the potential timing is better for them? And there's they're saying somewhere between tomorrow and next winter. Well, winter is coming, right? Time will bring a surprise. So be ready for a surprise to come in on that house. And we got next winter. So next winter could be this winter because it's just coming in, or it could be a year from now. Look for the clues and the signs. I'm going to see if you've got Spirit wants to give us one more card. Spirit, can you give us a card of guidance? And Spirit's saying right now, uh, there's a little pessimism going on here, a little bit of fear of loss. And so you need to correct that fear if that's what's going on. Let me know if that resonates. But this seems to be what's kind of holding this timing up. And so let me know if that resonates, Tracy. Please like, follow, share, and subscribe. Donations are greatly appreciated, but not required. I just would ask that you uh, go ahead and share this out to other people. If you haven't subscribed to my reading channel, Silver Fox Spiritual Readings, would be great for you to subscribe for that. And so let's see what we have here. So Ace, I think you asked for a general pull. For you, I'm getting pulled, Ace, for a higher self guidance card. I want to see what your higher self is wanting to tell you at this moment. And so let's see what we got going on here. All right, higher self, what do you have for Ace in this now moment? Okay, Ace, they're giving you a love message. When you bond with somebody in spirit, you both become a greater force for good. So I don't know if you have a special someone coming on, but let's see what energies you have coming in for love, spirit. All right, and Spirit's saying that you have divine timing in play for you, Ace. There's something coming. It's coming in divine time. That's the one card we all cringe. Yeah, it's coming, but when? Is it this year? Is it 10 years from now? Spirit's not willing to divulge. Spirit just wants you to have faith and know that it's coming in. And as you know that it's coming in, it will come in. When all the cogs of everything going on in this world have aligned to the right way, and boom, it's going to just happen. So I hope that helps you, Ace. I hope that resonates. Please let me know in the comments. And please like, follow, share, and subscribe. All right, so let's see what else we have here. Any other questions? And Leanne, is there anything that you need to know about your family? Let me see if I have a card that would really speak to that. I think more than anything, I'm feeling an urge to pull my fairies out. I don't really have like a deck to deal with family, but I do have a deck that kind of gives you some general advice. And this is and yeah, I have 1,000 decks. I know it's quite a mess when I have to clean up after these lives. So, Spirit, what do you have for Leanne? Okay, and what came out is the unicorn, right, Leanne? So this one is a beautiful card again. This is telling you to shine like the unicorn. So if there are some issues, within your family or just anything in general with the family, know that you're protected. The unicorn is a protected and uh, divine creature, and you see how the two are bonding right here because she knows she's protected. She's in a great place, and so hopefully that does resonate with you. So with that, let's look at what's going on for the collective. We'll do some collective love messages. I think I was going to do that anyway. So let's see what we have for the collective within the space of love. And Leanne, let me know if that resonated with you. Um, so let's see, what do we have for the collective in love, Spirit? Tell me what's going on. What messages do you want to give us? All right, we got a few cards here. So let's see what Spirit wants to tell the collective around love. And the first one that came out is "You Are Enough." Right? And this is a big one. A lot of us, especially around the holidays, we get into that place of loneliness because, either we don't have anything going on, or we're kind of avoiding our family because they're toxic, or we don't have any family, right? There's a lot of different reasons why people get lonely during the holiday. Maybe you don't have a significant other, and that's very draining. And many people who are spiritually awakened are in that space because you have to go into hermit mode to release all the things that are been keeping you in toxic relationships, and that hermiting time can get very lonely. Um, Keep the door open. Don't be so focused on a closed door you don't see the ones opening for you. And so what Spirit's saying is that, yeah, you may not see those doors opening for you for romance or love of any kind. It could be family love, could be puppy love, could be cat love, whatever kind of love you want. Uh, Family love, even just friend love, right? Make sure you see what love is there for you. There's always some love around you. You just don't always see it. Okay, when things come in, pay attention to the red flags. And that's Spirit saying, be careful. Make sure you're validating your needs, your boundaries. Make sure this person is coming in healthy, because if they're not, Spirit wants you to just walk away or put up proper boundaries, because a lot of times you're going to get tested to see, do you truly, did you do the healing properly, or were you just kind of glossing through it? Leanne, we'll ask that question if you just want to cut out your aunt or cousin or dad, and it's okay if you do. Let me finish this read here. Um, be present. You will attract love, enjoying life as it is. Wherever you are, be all there, right? And this is a big one. It's tough because when you're in a really dark situation, you're feeling really lonely and left out, it's really hard to find that light, but you have to try to find that light within yourself. And the reason why you get stuck and you get isolated and you get put around is because you have to learn to be with yourself, because most of us don't actually like ourselves. And so by being by ourselves, we don't want to be there because we don't like our own company. And you have to find that love within yourself and then allow that to manifest outwards. It's not an easy process, but what's going to happen is you're just going to find that every time you go out, it's going to be like Groundhog's Day, or it's just going to be disappointing to a point where you just don't even want to go out anymore until you're ready to face yourself. Beware of codependency, right? Addictive behaviors are affecting your romantic life. So what is that codependency? You get a date and the next thing you know, you're, ready to marry that person. You're expecting them to complete you, and you can't expect anybody to complete you. You complete yourself. Everything else is icing on the cake once you realize that. And last one, deception. Someone is wearing a mask in a relationship. So for some of you who are in a relationship, these two things here, pay attention to the red flags and deception. These are a special message for you because their spirit is saying, be careful. Make sure that everything is good, because somebody's not telling the whole truth, and perhaps it's you that's not doing that. So let me know if any of that resonates. Anybody watching? And Leanne, let's just ask the universe a yes or no question. It makes it easy. Uh, should you cut off uh, some family members who aren't treating you as they should? And this is a common issue because you get put with families that are meant to keep you into trauma. And Spirit was going to knock the whole thing until I caught it. Spirit says, think about it this week. And should she cut them out? Yes or no, please. All right. And Spirit's saying yes, within the week. So maybe this Thanksgiving week, um, something may happen, right? And so keep your eyes open, start thinking about it. And remember, you get put with family members. A lot of times, if you're in the spiritual space, they don't approve of it. They look at it as toxic. They look at it as scary. Feel free to be who you are, and don't apologize, because it's your right to be who you are, and you're not meant to conform to anybody else. So Ace, I'll give you one more question. I generally only do one question per person, but I'm in a good mood today, so I'll answer a few extras. If any of you do want to take advantage of a full reading, it's only $35. That's a $20 savings over my normal $55. It is available till the end of this week, and it's an amazing discount. The same with the light language. I generally don't put sales on either of those two, but I am doing a sale for Black Friday. It won't happen again this year for sure. And my prices might go up, come the end of the year. Like inflation, the cost of bread for me is getting expensive too. So with that, let's go on to that question. Do you have any good coming your way soon? So let's just see what's coming your way, Ace. I'm going to pull some standard tarot for that. Seems like I'm getting called more and more to pull some standard tarot. It's not my favorite, and I probably got about 60 or 70 different tarot decks of real tarot, but different themes on them. I'm just going to use the easy one. And maybe I'll pull out my other ones at one point. So Spirit, does Ace have anything good coming way soon? And Spirit's saying, you got a little bit of a conflict and a disagreement. But when we look at this, right, this is a Five of Swords. This is a big one, right? And if you notice that all the big swords are on the ground. He's only carrying the little swords, right? He's trying to get away with stuff. He's stealing swords off the battleground. And so what Spirit's saying is that, yeah, you're going to have a little bit of conflict, but be really cautious about what you're doing. Make sure you can handle what you're trying to handle through that conflict, because there's a lot of other bigger swords there on the ground, and swords are usually a conflict. Right? And so you want to make sure that whatever it is coming your way, you handle it tactfully, and also that you're able to handle it. And if you're not able to handle whatever is coming your way, and it could just be like somebody asking you to do something that's overwhelming, make sure you understand what it is that you are capable of doing or not doing at that moment, and don't try to overextend yourself. So, any deck can be accurate for your questions. I would say for you, Leanne, the regular tarot deck would probably give you the most specific answers that you would want, because there's not a lot of decks that are going to, unless you just want a yes or a no, and there's like about 5 or 6 different yes or no, probably more than that, but there's a lot of yes or no decks like the Universe Answers. It just gives you a yes or no. The other one I would suggest is the Angels Answers deck, because they're going to give you the yes or no answers that you want. Now just remember that the energies are for the now moment, and things may change if people make decision changes or energy changes. So you always follow your heart, internally, what your heart is doing. You trust your body more than you do cards. And so uh, see how you feel into it with your body. How do you feel when you think about each of the choices within that place? Do you feel anxious? Do you feel agitated? Do you feel excited? Do you feel calm? If you feel anxious and agitated, that's fear or other energies that are coming in. Your body sometimes is even a better indicator of a yes or no question than the cards were, because cards are looking from a card reader's perspective of what they're feeling in the energies at that now moment. But your always best answer comes from yourself. And that's the hardest one to get to, because most of us don't trust ourselves. Right? And that's why we go through all these gyrations and come up with all these systems, because we don't trust ourselves enough to get the answers from within ourselves. And the answer is always there. It's just really, really hard to get to when you don't trust yourself. But yourself is the only one that's going to give you the true, honest answers out there. I hope that makes sense. I hope I didn't ruffle too many feathers with that answer, but that's that's the net of it all. Right? And that's how we truly get our answers. So, with that, let's see, do we have any other questions? Otherwise, I'll do some more collective energies. I think I'll do another round of what's going on within the energies of love. And then anybody who would like I can do some mini readings right here. $10. I could do messages from your person. What's blocking you in love. I can do mini read of a specific question, or I can also do a $10 personal light language to help you kind of get unstuck from something that you're kind of stuck in. If you're in a loop, if you're having some ailments or issues that need to be cleared, I can do that as well for a $10 donation today. So with that, let's see what else is coming through for the collective in love. I know a lot of people have had a lot of love questions. It's usually what people find me for, or if they're having something where they're spiritually stuck. So let's see what's coming in love for the collective. Spirit, give me a message that the collective needs to know now. Okay, so Spirit's giving me 2. And the first one is transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. So for those of you who are in a relationship, things are going to get a little deeper. They're going to transform into a better place. The energies are conducive. And you may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there's always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. And so what Spirit's saying is that, we learn through adversity, and as we find the strength through adversity to heal, to clear out that trauma, then we open ourselves up for more blessings to come in. Now, for those of you just who are new to my style of reading, I'm not your, standard card reader that you're going to see that's going to tell you a flowery story, that you're going to, you know, going to tell you a whole bunch of crazy stuff that'll never come true. It sounds great. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what's in the energies around you, right? And because we're in a universe, it's a polarity universe. There's light and dark, good and evil, hot and cold, and so you always have a choice inside this universe. It's a free will universe, uh, and because of that, there's always different potential outcomes that can happen in any situation. And so what we do is we read, at least from my reading style, is to read what the potential is in the energies around you, what doors are open. And we're going to show those. If you watch my morning reads, I show them. This side of the reading is always around, what's the good energies, the positive stuff, the things you want to bring into your reality. The middle part's kind of the bridge of how do I get from this side, which is the what I call the karmic hamster wheel. And so instead of telling you a story about what your person is doing, which gives you nothing, and especially for twin flames, all the twin flame readers are telling you how toxic your person is and how they're having sex parties and going out and being very promiscuous and drinking and doing all these things, getting STDs. Yeah, it makes for a great story, but what is that doing to help you to heal? Because the twin flame journey is a journey of healing to yourself, not really for the other person. The other person is responsible for their own healing. You're responsible for yours. And by making you angry, by making you say, oh my God, this person's enjoying their life, they're having a great time, and here I'm miserable, I'm alone, and things are crashing down upon me because, your dark night of the soul's coming through, and you're angry at them, and it makes you even angrier. Now, how is that helping you heal? How is that helping you get to the energy of love? It's not. But it makes for a great sale of a story, which gets a lot of subscribers, and that's not what we're here for. This is Silver Fox Spiritual Healing. We're about healing. We're about uh, getting in touch with your own self and getting in touch with uh, what it is that you need to move yourself forward in your healing process. Everybody has their own healing journey. They have their own traumas, and each time you unwrap a layer of traumas, the next ones come up. So you get this uh, crazy, crazy dark night of the soul where you're just crying your eyes out. You're buckled over because you're attacking yourself in pain. Because, like most headaches, most pains that we get, it's actually us attacking ourselves because parts of us don't want to wake up. They don't want to come out of the stream. They're so happy and stuck in their trauma that they don't realize that there's a better way to be. And so they don't want you healing. And because they don't want you healing, they start creating pains in your body. And a lot of the mind looping, a lot of the other stuff, and that comes through that. And so what we need to do is we need to be just as resolute and work on our own healing. So with that, let's see if we have any other questions that anybody would like to know. I see uh, grandmother energy 2 or 3 left side of you. Yeah, I don't perceive that, but that's cool that you do. Uh, that's an amazing gift you have, and you should share it with the world. That's fantastic. So cool that you have that ability. Make sure you're celebrating that in yourself and realizing, how blessed you are for that ability. And so, with that, who else is got a question? I'm going to probably stay on for probably another, 10 or 15 minutes if we have more questions. Otherwise, I might pull 1 or 2 collectives, or perhaps do a collective light language. I think if you're following my light language channel, I think tomorrow or the next day, probably going to happen around Thanksgiving when I have some free time. I'm going to do an implant removal from Lemurian times. There's some really dark implants that I've been made aware of that were occurring around those Lemurian timelines that kind of need to be removed from a lot of people. And so I'm going to probably do something in that space of that Lemurian timeline healing. And that'll be on my Silver Fox Spiritual channel on YouTube. So keep an eye out for that around Thursday. I get a lot of requests for the implant removals, and the thing with implant removals and just any type of removal at all is that you have those implants because you at one point have allowed it to happen. And you wanted that experience, and most people are like, no, why would I ever want that? And honestly, I don't know why you would, but you know what? There's a zillion people that signed up for that experience, whether that was forced on you or whether it was not. Somehow you have signed a contract to allow for that experience to happen. And because you signed that contract, you have that experience. And so while light language can clear it for a little while, you actually have to break that contract yourself. Light language can help you do that, to be aware enough to start breaking those contracts. And that's for anything, that's pains, for all that stuff. They will still re-manifest themselves over and over again. And that's why a lot of times you'll see on my stuff that'll tell you that, you know, you're going to have to listen to this a lot, right? But you're going to have to believe it works, because once you don't believe it works, it stops working. And that's a tough one, because we always, we're all doubting Thomases. And the other thing is, not only do you have to believe it works, but you have to be persistent in setting your intention for those things to be removed, because if there are parts of you that are allowing it, well, guess what? It's going to keep on coming back in, and I have to tell my customers a lot on that, because, everybody thinks it's a one and done, and you don't get one and done in spirituality. It's very rare. So let's see what message we have from our higher selves to the collective. So spirits. All right, let's see what we got here. So spirit's higher self, your higher selves for the collective, is it's telling your spirit, saying a difficult path is being revealed. So a lot of you have been on this path already, and you're starting to see it for what it is. And spirit saying that get out of that difficult path by creating your own reality, the reality that has your happiness. Get out of the matrix, stop connecting to the matrix, disconnect from the matrix, and allow yourself to be into that joy, right? And you don't want to be in the doom and gloom. You really want to get into this joy. And Spirit's giving you the information. It's that purple is all divine. You can see the light that comes right above as she's riding that. It's a horse, right? And as she's doing that, you see that information is coming to get you to hear, but you have to allow, you have to choose, right? As I always say, healing is a choice. It is not something that happens on, portals and, well, we're getting a solar flare. We got to do the puzzle piece here. They always do that when I'm ranting and raving. They don't like me ranting and raving, but so what happens is healing's a choice. Portals come and go. Why do the portals come and go? What is so special about a portal? Nothing. But what is special about it is it's a collective manifestation. So the collective believes that the portal is what it is, and so it manifests it through the collective energies of creation. And so dates are really irrelevant when you start manifesting under your own space. But because a lot of the collective is, you can use some of that energy that the collective is pushing out there to manifest those realities to take advantage of the portal. But in order to take advantage of it, you have to choose. You have to choose to heal. You have to choose to accept it. It's not going to happen for you just because it's that day, right? It's just not, it's not how it works. So I hope I didn't pop too many people's bubble. But let's get one more collective. If I have any questions, this is your last chance to ask a question or two. And please don't forget my Black Friday special. You got 4 days to take advantage of that special. Um, It doesn't come very often, but when it does, I would take advantage of it. And it can be scheduled, so no, you don't have to, have it done right away. You can schedule it a month down the road, and it just has to be paid for in advance, and you'll get a little certificate, an email that says that you can redeem this, at this date or whenever you want to, and we could schedule it at a later time. That's the same with the light language. It is a steel. Uh, I usually charge $55 or more for it, and most people who have had the personal light language experience say it's truly transformational. Um, the stuff I put up on my YouTube channel is meant for the collective, so it's going to have a lot of codes, but it's not going to have the codes specifically meant for you, whereas a personal light language. Um, so, Lenore, I don't see spiritual gifts in that way. You have a lot of spiritual gifts, but what you have to do is you have to allow for them to be developed, and you have to see what your heart's saying, right? So some people clairaudient, some people are clairvoyant, some people will do light language, and what is light language? It's really just a remembrance of a language that you spoke, thousands of lifetimes ago, and it carries an energetic frequency of that time that you were able, you were there and incarnated. So there's a lot of codes and stuff in there, and that's why people are able to access it, because it's just really a remembrance. And it's a system, it's a system put in place to help heal, to help move people forward. But it's a program in itself as well in the matrix. But as far as gifts, you just see what happens. They come when they come when you least expect them, and at the same time, they also come when you are finally willing to allow them to. And most of us don't, because we're afraid of something. We're afraid of seeing. We've had trillions and trillions of lifetimes. Many people think you've had like 100 or so. No, you've been cycling this drain for trillions of lifetimes, and every time everybody starts to wake up, they start flushing the drain again and wiping everybody out, and then they come back in, come back out again. And that's the beauty of reincarnation, right? You get to re-experience your traumas over and over again until you fully heal it. But I'm tangenting off to feel into what it is. Are you, are you feeling pulled towards light language or Reiki? I mean, I'm a Reiki master. I do Reiki. I do the light language. I do the card reads, and whatever else decides it wants to come on in. You can do some things. You can learn how to do it. Like the Reiki, anybody can learn how to do that. There's no crazy gift around it. It's just something of a choice. However, the more you trust in self, the more you expand your consciousness, and the more you expand your consciousness, different gifts will come in. Everybody has their own unique style or gift that you have. Like I have a friend of mine, and she really never got into the light language. It never really presented, but for her, mediumship presented, right? And so Lenore, what you want to do is, if you're doing the Reiki, start working with that energy, allow that energy to do what it needs to do, and feel into it. And as you get more into it, you may get pulled to do more, or you may get pulled to do less. For me, I found light language seemed to be more effective. I'm quite effective as far as Reiki. Probably one of the most effective Reiki people that are out there. However, I felt that I did better with the sounds. The sounds resonated more with me, and so I stayed with it. I still do Reiki every once in a while. Kind of like a parlor trick for me right now, but it's great. And lean into what you've got right now, and the next thing will come up when it's ready to come up, and it's all about healing. The more you peel a layer, the more you heal. The more you heal, the more your life transforms. And the key is that it's never a one and done. Everybody wants a one and done, and you're going to spend a lifetime healing and peeling and getting rid of this stuff, because once you're done with trauma, you're off of this plane and you go out to a much better plane outside of polarity, because this universe can't hold you when you're in that space. And it's possible to do it within the lifetime, or it could be 12 million lifetimes or billion lifetimes. The energies right now are really good for it, and so take advantage of them and see where you get. But uh, if anybody tells you it's a one and done type of thing, they're just taking your money. That's why my rates have always been reasonable, because at the end of the day, well, yes, I do love money and I do love the things that money can buy. I know that a one and done isn't possible, and to charge somebody $500, $600, it's crazy, just to have it attached to a 555 or a 222 or a 111. It's just a crazy thing. And yeah, I'd like to make money, but uh, I also do it like to do it ethically, which means that I set an hourly rate, and you go from there. What a proper hourly rate for anybody would be, and then you go to that number. Sometimes I'm lower, sometimes I'm higher, but for the most part, I sit in that space, and that's how I feel it should be done. But everybody has their own way of feeling what their worth is, and they go from there. So with that, I'm going to ask if anybody else has any questions or would like another card. Otherwise, I'm going to probably jump off in a few minutes to just kind of sit back and relax and just enjoy my Tuesday night. Maybe go get a taco. It's Taco Tuesday. Everybody likes a little taco and tequila. And with that, if you do have a question, please let me know. Otherwise, do watch the replay. We'll have the replay up on my YouTube channel. Unfortunately, it's a little bit long for TikTok. TikTok has a limit of 1 hour, and I've already maxed that out at 1 hour and 7 minutes. So thank you everybody for joining, spending your Tuesday night. Put your notifications on because I do go live all the time, and I usually go live with a co-host on Sunday. Susan, she and I will usually answer questions very similar to this, but you get two people to ask questions on. And so with that, thank everybody. Have a great evening. I appreciate you guys taking the time to get some cards being pulled. Don't forget to take advantage of that Black Friday special before it goes away and is gone forever. And have a great night. Cheers, everybody.